All right, second part of the pod, part 2, Sunday evening. You know what time it is. Front Runner Podcast Collective is back on the air. I am your humble host, Vince. I am with the silent assassin, Soraya. She will be. You are listening to part 2 first. There is a part 1 to this whole deal. Go back and listen to it. It is awesome. This is part 2, where we are going to start with some awards. We're going to start with, because the Rooks took it on the chin this year. And I want to show them some love. I was down on the 2024 NBA draft class. They were like, oh my God, this guy, what is this? I don't know. There doesn't seem to be a star out of this group. We told you back before the draft. This was a draft of role players. You might get somebody who can start, but they're not going to be in your top 1, 2, your 4th and 5th starters. These are your 6 men. This might be your 7th man. Hell, might be your 8th. Over this year, depth matters. If you have depth, if you have wings, if you have stuff, and they can do things like shoot, pass the ball, play a little defense. These people work out. And they are additive to your team. So let's get into this Rookie of the Year situation. Now, we are going to talk about San Antonio own Stefan Castle. Stefan Castle this year, the only rookie who has looked like a player to you right now. Framework, a shot, I need to put it in, that type of dude. Top 3 in usage, in minutes, in scoring, and steals among rookies. Post All-Star break, nearly 20 points a game averaged a night. 5+ assists a night. Nearly 57% true shooting percentage on heavy usage. And again, he is a rookie. His defense is violent. The poise, very veteran-like. And let me say that she is nodding right now. I'm going to say this. Didn't just stay afloat. He scaled. This is what separates rotation guys for real deal playoff pieces. And this is one of the guys who showed us that he was not just going to be just some random. It's a real dude. It's a real dude who plays good, solid basketball. Some inefficiencies, but you had to expect that for a rookie. But to see the numbers and see the light bulb go on in the second half of the year, we like that. Just all our that was a horrific fall that he had the other night. He has a broken wrist. Obviously, he is out. The year's over, damn near. In a sense, for our guy Jaylen Wells, this is good. AJ, you did your thing, dog. Yeah, hey man, you ain't got nothing else to prove. But we send our love, we send our energy, and we send our prayers to Jaylen Wells. Get well, player. Go ahead, rehab. Get yourself together. And prayers up to that guy. That was a bad fall. And it sounded nasty when he hit the ground. So, rookie, and you start. We're going to trade like double-digit vet years in the league. You know, Marcus Smart. I've been in a bunch of playoff games. I've been in Eastern Conference Finals and stuff like that. I've been in championships, games. Marcus Smart. We don't need you, player, because we got Jaylen Wells. Wells isn't loud, but his game wins. Plus 185 in his plus minus on a team that had no business staying competitive. Every lineup with him was better. Soraya calls him the grown-up in a rookie class full of TikTok. He knows how to play defense. He knows how to mirror the offensive player. He is instinctual in passing lanes. He is a good shooter. And he's like 6'6", and he's long, lanky, and quiet as hell. And just, hey man, I'm here in the corner when you need me. I'm gonna hit the shot when you need me. Incredibly efficient for somebody his age. So we show love to Jaylen Wells of the Memphis Grizzlies. We move along to we are going to hit our French contingency of the podcast. Do I need to talk in French, in a French accent the whole time? So, Zachary Richey of the Atlanta Hawks. I love this kid. I think Zach might be the cleanest shooter in the 35 and 75. You might scoff at these numbers, but this is a rookie. This is also a rookie who is 19 years of age. He is super young. He's held up physically. He doesn't get bullied. And his spacing, his transition D, and his length, that's your playoff wing baseline. Anything else is a bonus. And guess what? He think it's there. I see it. I don't know. I think it'll be better on second side. I don't think it should be primary. Down on him in the corner. He had no problem putting it on the deck, going right past you, and going to the hole, and putting up nice lays, nice dunks, shoot it out to an open shooter. He had it. So Zachary Richey is on this list. Zachary Richey of the Atlanta Hawks. You deserve to be on this list, my man. Another guy who is on this list is Kalel Ware of the Miami Heat. 14 double-doubles, huge blocks, post All-Star break. He's closing games. When was the last time you trusted a rookie center? Tools, rim protection, soft hands. The three-point shooting is not bad. This is Jarrett Allen if he had a jumper. And a little nasty in him. He does have a little nasty in him. He might have, well, Jarrett Allen has a beautiful fro, so he's good. But we like Kalel Ware. This is a guy that we were worried about coming out of the draft, and we thought, just like Jaylen Johnson a couple years ago, we thought it was really imperative that he went to the right organization. And when Kalel Ware went to Miami, I was like, oh man, I was like, this can go one or two ways. He's either going to be coached up or coached out. He looks like he could be an integral. He dunks, he shoots threes, and he is a weak side nightmare. Last guy on this list is Alex Sarr of the Washington Wizards. Now, Sarr has not had like this crazy good season and whatever, but let me tell you something, man. There's been a couple months, and anytime you see somebody who's 7 feet tall, handling the rock, shooting threes, blocking shots, you like, that nice. Now, here's the thing. There's been wild swings. Only 5 rookies with threes. Alex Sarr is one of those dudes. I still think he's a complete project. He needs to put weight on. He did not get to the rim well, and when he did get to the rim, he did not finish well. But I saw enough to go, I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued by this. So, who is our rookie of the year? I'm going to give it to the guy I think that has the greatest upside. I'm going to give it to Stefan Castle. Stefan Castle proved to a lot of people, because remember, he was a guy who was this saying, I'm a point guard coming out of UConn. I'm going to do that. He got to San Antonio, saw Chris Paul. I am an offensive creation wing, second side type dude. My man knew how to play the hits, and he knew how to play the hits good. So Stefan Castle is our FRPC Rookie of the Year. Congrats to Stefan Castle. Congrats to Avita Nation out there. I love y'all down on the Riverwalk, even though Charles Barkley be talking bad. Let's get on to some other stuff that we need to get to, because check this out. We got another FRPC award of the NBA award. The Hoopers version of going platinum online. Not MVPs, just clip gods. Hoop cinema with remix energy. You can drop 40 in real life, but nobody clipped it. Did it even happen? That is the landscape we live in nowadays, folks. And Soraya told me this. She did say this. She said, replay value. These dudes don't just hoop. They export in 1080. That didn't make me laugh. So good on her. All right, so these are our TikTok mixtape darlings, and let's get to it. Number one on this list is our guy, for many a reason, Anthony Edwards of the Minnesota Timberwolves on everybody. And he is taking bodies this year that have been out of this world. And he doesn't care if you outweigh him by 60 pounds. He does not care if your wingspan is 7'5" and about what the hell you talking about. Because all he sees is the rim, air, and opportunity to embarrass you. Then we talk about Ant Edwards as just a quote brought up in the last couple weeks. Little immaturity. Didn't like that part. Didn't like that part at all. But we cannot deny the aura that surrounds our guy Ant Edwards. So we salute you on being one of the candidates. Cunningham. Hoop Noir. Every mid-post touch feels like a jazz solo. The pace, the pause, the pull up. K Hoops like he's Barry Jenkins short. Let me give you the stats on him. 46% in his mid-range. He's a 28% usage rate. And he's a league leader in slow motion edits with moody overlays. Yeah, people love him. They love to put him because his sauce game, his bag is just filthy. Can't wait to see him in the playoffs. Be part of that. They lost. He had a bunch of 30-point triple doubles. There are a lot of high rebound, high assist games. He gives the Pistons what they need every single night that he is on that court. And also, he is also the emotional sounding board and kind of allowing B Stu to kind of like, he's his volume, I guess. His volume. Yeah. The next guy on this list is Jaylen Williams of the OKC Thunder. Best layup package since Kyrie. And I said that. His Euro step is like ballet. His scoops is like CGI. True shooting percentage on TikTok are just going viral because people are out here saying, oh, Jaylen Williams is a problem. Oh, nobody wants Jaylen Williams smoke. Then you get like the like some of that like dramatic music, and then they hit you with like the the boom at the end and everything like that. Jaylen Williams is all over these internets. He's all over them. So we got K, we got Ant, we got Jaylen Williams. Who else do we need? Because he jumps, he floats, into breaks. His Euro step is nice. You know what I'm saying? And when he gets the ball off the glass, which he does that at a 13.5 rebound percentage as a wing. And he also has a 4.0 box plus or minus. He's a one man fast break all by himself. I love it. And he also chased down people, which is great. So I love it. I love me some Amen Thompson. Now, who should win this award? I don't know. Win this award by a mile. Nobody got more swag than Anthony Edwards. What am I talking about? What are we doing right now? Anthony Edwards is great. Mixtapes, sound bites, dunks, movies. He need to do rap videos, play football, all kinds of stuff. Let's move on to our next award, shall we? Our next award is the Most Improved Player Award. This is the NBA award. Most Improved Player, to me, it's supposed to be a field goal award. The surprise guy, the late bloomer, the player who we do the film. We don't do fluff. Became irreplaceable. So this year, we're doing it our way. And this year, we got Most Improved Players of the year. But let's give you our candidates first. We gotta give you our candidates. You know what I'm saying? Give you these candidates. I want to show love to Denny Avdia of the Portland Trailblazers, and I want to tell you why. This is a kid that I was real high on when he came out of the draft from Israel. He was on a shitty Washington team. No offense to the guys who are running it now. They're about to go ahead and draft high, and the rebuild process is going on. He needed the ball in his hands. They did not give him those opportunities. He lost confidence, and I thought we were going to lose him. And then last year, we saw rumblings. We saw rumblings last year, and this year, I am here to tell you 16.9 points per game, 7.3 rebounds per game. Career guy. A confident shot profile, project potential. He's a glue guy. Importantly, needed a win like Denny Avdia. So yes, he's our guy. I wanted to give him some love because he has made a huge leap, and he went from obscurity, being on the Wizards, to being on Portland and doing incredible work on his game, and it shows on the court. So give big up. Now we got to go to the ATL, and we talked about him. We almost gave him this trophy. Okay, we almost did, but here's the things that I do want to say about him. He has so much. First of all, he was part of the DeJounte Murray trade. DeJounte Murray goes to New Orleans. They decide to get rid of the 2-point guard system that they were using in Atlanta. They moved DeJounte Murray, and one of the pieces back that they get is Dyson Daniels. Now, see, things are starting to happen. And lo and behold, he goes on this incredible opportunity. Let me break down some of these numbers for you. So Dyson Daniels, who is, by the way, only 22 years of age. Okay. 14.1 points a game. 5.9 rebounds per game. 4.4 assists per game. And a league leading 3 steals on the nose per game. 33 minutes. He damn near shot 50% from the field. 49 points. To play defense. He's a good pro scout and also development of this young man. Now, next guy on this list is Peyton Pritchard of the Celtics. And why is he on this list? Because when you are getting a positive 3.4 box plus minus from your sixth man, and his VORP is 3.0, and he has a true shooting percentage of 63.3%, and 73% of your field goals are 3-point attempts, he made sure that Boston could never ignore him again, because he came off the bench shooting. This dude getting mad attempts up at that 3 ball. So, Peyton Pritchard could be a starter on a lot of teams. He got a lot of sauce in his bag, and he is going to be a playoff weapon like he was last year. Now, we get to Avita Zubats of the Los Angeles Clippers. God, I'm going to talk Clippers and Celtics love today. Zubats made a grown man leap. Let's just be 100% crystal clear on what Avita Zubats has become. This dude is a top 5 center in the league. Point blank. He didn't just change who he was, he made who he was elite. Box plus minus 3.0. Win shares per 48. 0.21 regular player, 3.3. He is the rebounding king for the NBA. Bodes. And his true shooting percentage is 64%. He held up on switches. He guarded the post. He got a ton of rebounds. He got lobs from James Harden. He had baby hooks. He punished people in the post when they threw littles on him. He was a bully. He was a brute. And we loved every second of it. Now, for the next guy on our list, Jerome of the Cleveland Cavaliers is the FRPC Soul Pick. If you know, you know. And here, we've been watching the favorite for the longest period of time. Couldn't make it there. 2 years. Couldn't get no burn. But in those 2 years, there was one little point in time where we saw the vision. We saw it. Because even though it was a small sample size, let me tell you this number, and then you kind of you'll get the vision about what we about to talk about. Okay, so his first stint in OKC, he had a pick and roll number that was truly outrageous. His points off pick and roll was 1. Now, guys like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, they do a lot of pick and rolls. Oh, Donovan Mitchell, he does a lot of pick and rolls. 1.11 points per possession. He was almost a full point better. So it was harbinger of things to come, right? It was harbingers of things to come. And here's the thing: this year, Jerome, okay, he don't play a lot of minutes, but he get them up. 14.3 points per game, 4.1 assists per game, 43.9 minutes of 64.3 over 48, 0.203, which is 20%. Assist percentage 24.4%. Turnover rate 11.9. He handles the basketball. He's Fred VanVleet and Brogdon put together with a little more sauce in the bag. That's what he is. So his leap isn't loud, it's logical. We saw it coming, and now here it is. So, who is the most improved player? Who are the guys that I think deserve this award? I'm going to split it. I'm going to split Jerome of the Cleveland Cavaliers. So Jerome and Avita Zubats are, to me, the most improved players in the league. Not just because of the fact that they have more points and all this. They were conducive to winning. And the changes that they made to their game were so complimentary to the team and also to the success of what the team was doing. So that's why there's a tie. Now we move along because we've been burning daylight, yo. We've been getting after it. We've been killing people. We've been letting people know about these awards, all this. We told you about Zubats. We told you about Ty, Pritchard, Daniels. We need to get to the Kendrick. Y'all know what this is. The biggest beef award. That's what this is about. Who got the biggest beefs in the league? I'm just letting you know, this is not for the young at heart. Okay? So, you're going to hear some things probably in this part of the podcast that are hard to hear. Just telling you. Our first nominee to South Beach. We have to go. There's a lot of beautiful Latina women floating around. There's a lot of fancy cars and a lot of flamingos and a lot of pink. And there's a lot of neon. But you know what there wasn't a lot of this year? There wasn't a lot of joy. Jimmy Butler gets on a post press conference stage and says, "I have lost my joy." And the intrepid reporter, I wish I knew his name, had the greatest follow-up question answer. Here in Miami, and Jimmy said, No, I don't think so. I don't think I can do it. I think my joy has extinguished here. Then we got 3 suspensions. We had Jimmy at coffee shops talking down Pat Riley. And then we have the trade to the Golden State Warriors, where they get Andrew Wiggins and some other stuff back, and some other stuff and some other stuff. But it was as an old time G during the press conference during the trade, does not mention Jimmy Butler in the press conference. He is known as player. The player in question. Jimmy didn't get traded. He got erased. It's like a breakup with severance. Riley ran a clinic of nonverbal communication to not even say his name of a guy who took you to 2 finals. He on some Matt Hardy type stuff in TNA. Some delete. Got deleted. But then he resurfaced in the Bay. His joy came back. Isn't that great? The second beef of the year is LeBron versus Stephen A. Out of this. Y'all remember that? Let's go back. Stephen A. I implore you as a father. Don't do this to your son. LeBron saw him at a Laker game and told that man, "Hey man, let me tell you something. You want to talk about him as a player? You want to say he's trash or whatever? Go ahead. But as soon as you start questioning my never been in trouble with the public whatsoever, really? Couple bad decisions here and there. The decision, all that. Oh, whatever. I'll grant you that. Dog. Don't ever do that." So what does Stephen A. Smith do? He goes on almost like a book tour. He's going on every podcast, every TV monitor. He was everywhere. Always about LeBron. Oh, he this and he's mad because I won't kiss the ring. I'm this, do, whatever. LeBron says, okay. Hour plus long interview. I'm going to clown the shit out of Stephen A. Smith. Then I'm going to cover up my pettiness to say, oh, I really needed their studio to do my podcast with one of the greatest point guards who have won up to the Pat McAfee and the Stephen A. Smith destruction. But I just want to tell you, checkmate, LeBron James. Now, the next beef also includes ESPN. ESPN out here catching strays, okay? They are catching strays. Now, TNT, the long-standing greatest, like, just lead into a game, and man, they're well. Sometimes he doesn't win going to the board. You know how it is. But TNT doesn't have the rights to basketball anymore, so their post-game show was in jeopardy. Along comes ESPN. Well, they've had a problem since the inception of them having basketball. They just didn't know how to control a television setting. And I'm not trying to be mean. What I'm trying to say is that you're not giving enough time for people to really flesh out their thought process. And if you only have like 45 seconds to get out something like, listen, I need you to explain to me why Kevin Durant tonight, who had a guy who was 5 inches shorter than him, couldn't get more than 12 shots up. Sometimes these explanations that's why I do a podcast. So with that being said, TNT has launched a verbal assault against ESPN, talking about, we had to come over there to save y'all because we're so great and you guys are just trash in your post-game TV show. And then there's bars back talking about, you guys don't even watch the games. You're running down players. You're running down the new NBA. We're about the grinding the tape, and you guys are about the chuckles. Well, their ratings say they're coming over to ESPN, and ESPN is paying a pretty penny for them. So I think they won. Our last guy in this situation is Isaiah. Basically, he's having a beef with pretty much everybody. Sanity, the NBA, people who wear blue, people who wear gray, people who wear do-rags, people who wear fanny packs, people who give towels to him. I don't know, man. He's wound tight. He just wound real tight. You know what I'm saying? He might have just got ejected and they not even playing right now. I don't know. Still, he I wonder if he is in a sense kind of slow playing an interview for the WWE. Shouts out to our guy B Stu. We love you, Beef. Stay out of trouble. Stay out. Hey, stay out the stands. Stay out the stands, dog. Don't do it. Don't do it. Who gets the beef of the year? Who gets the vaunted Kendrick Lamar versus Drake award? I personally believe that the team or the entity that gets this award is none other than Jimmy Butler and Pat Riley. You know why? Because it reminds me it's definitely having the last laugh. Because he's going to the playoffs and they got a legitimate shot. And the Kendrick Lamar Drake award goes to Jimmy Butler and Pat Riley. So, hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Now, 6th Man of the Year award. This is for the dude that comes off the bench just hot, just scorching hot, scoring points. I'm going to do all kinds of stuff for you. Why am I on the bench anyway? Because I'm nice. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're going at. Listen, This is not gonna be real hard. We're not gonna kill this one. Peyton Pritchard, thrower off the bench, and what he did in Cleveland. But I want to spend some of this time on a guy who is doing it big in Detroit. Malik Beasley, 81 games, 14.2 points per game, 46.7% from 3-point land. And you would say, well, he's shooting a high percentage, but how many threes is he actually taking, Vince? I'm glad you asked that question. My man is taking like 7 a game, bro. He getting them up. He did all this in the game. He not a starter. He just crush a lot. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out. There's not a single bench player in the league that can match that type of volume plus accuracy combo from 3. And he played in 81 games. Durability, the consistency, and the green light execution, that's real. That's real production. And it could have been just music to J.B. Bickerstaff's ears, because you know what he was looking for when he got that job? He was looking for shooters. He was looking for shooters. I got this bad boy in Cade Cunningham who can be a mid-range assassin, who can be a 6'7", him with shooters. And Malik Beasley came out the crowd and said, "Sir, I am the one of 3-point shooting. I am the one that they were talking about, that the elders were talking about. Let me show you the way." He did. So, Soraya says this about our guy Beasley. Beasley is what the award is, what it used to be. High volume, high swag, heat check royalty. If this was 2013, he's a lock. I would agree with that. But you know what? Your boy Vince is into nostalgia. Your boy Vince is old. And I say bring back 2013. Malik Beasley is the 6th man of the year. Congratulate me every time you hit the 3-point shot, my man. Talking trash. Love it. I love all of it. Do you, big playboy. Now, I love this award. Front office thief of the year. Theme, chess moves, casual miss. This is going to be espionage. This is going to be high entry. This is going to be all kinds of stuff that we need to talk about. So let's talk about it. First up is Dyson Daniels. Okay. Now, Landry, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to get into all of it. I knew what Travis was trying to do, and I thought that he was impeded by certain things in that organization. Now, I don't know what Landry Fields got, but whatever he got, he is absolutely working it to a T. I love the deal that he got for Dyson Daniels. I love the progression, and was not able to finish the season-ending injury, but you can see the outline of a really aggressive, wing-heavy team that surrounds Trae Young. And I think for the first time, I think we might have found a formula that can support Trae Young in Atlanta. And then his ability, Trae Young's ability to get off the ball, which he has. Dyson Daniels being a 3 steals a game, and he's in New Orleans sitting on the bench, not doing too much of anything. All of a sudden he gets 20 some odd minutes of playing time. He got 3. This is absolute highway robbery at its best. Love that. Now, we got to get to something that not a lot of people are talking about. And I love this organization, and I don't want to pile on because they've had a bad month. Let's just say it. The Memphis Grizzlies, I want to take you back, and the reason why I want to take you back, because you know what the last one is. Okay, everybody knows what the last one is. Okay? But let me take you back to the trade headline. Let me just take you back. So, you trade Marcus Smart to the Washington Wizards, and you give up draft picks. But it wasn't nothing. Oh, you got 2 second-round picks back. Johnny Davis doesn't. Oh, they got Marvin Bagley III. That's who the second person was. Another person who does not play for you. So you traded a guy who was a veteran. By the way, John Morant needs veterans on his team to regulate who he is. You trade a veteran who game because he provided some leadership in Washington. Played pretty well. You give up picks for it, and you get nothing in return. Like nothing. You get nothing in return. By the way, Jake LaRavia went out in that deal, and I'm going to tell you this was a cost-cutting move to stay underneath the salary cap. They didn't want to pay the tax. That's why they did it. It was a pure... You just need to get attention for that. They needed to get attention for that. Kudos for Washington and Sacramento, because Sacramento got Jake LaRavia in that deal. And they were just doing nothing. Just sitting on the sidewalk, playing with their little, like, bouncy ball. And then they were like, hey, you want to be part of a trade? They were like, I don't know. What are we talking about? Oh, we're going to give you Jake LaRavia. All right. But if we're talking about thievery, if we're talking about we're talking about just complete, like, high level theft, look no further than Los Angeles, California, and also Dallas, Texas, right? Luka Doncic, Rob Pelinka is the winner of this award. Let's make no mistake about it. You got robbed. You got played, son. Nico Harrison, you got played like a fiddle. Okay, here's the thing. We've talked up and down this trade. Up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. I don't care about the trade itself. I love Luka Doncic. That's great, whatever. I care about the package they got back. So, you tell me, in a world where you're trading Luka Doncic and you're trading him to the Lakers, okay, yeah, you get Anthony Davis back. All right, cool. You get Max Christie back. All right, cool. How about Austin Reeves? Did you ask for him? Did you ask for all their first round picks? Did you ask for the pick swaps? Did you ask for the curtains over Ebenezer Scrooge's bed? Did you ask for the cufflinks? No. You tried to keep it on the low. That's what you told everybody. Yeah, man, we need to keep this on the low. Nobody get word of this. Because it's so incredibly stupid. Full pick annually a year through 2026. It is a top 5 value contract in the league. Everybody in the league wants this deal. Everybody wants it. And you didn't get it, and you gave up a top 3 player. Good luck. Oh my God. People bother me. They do. Alright. Gotta wrap this up. We getting close to the end. I am sure of it. And yes, we are. Here we are at our most prestigious award. It's here. And we have candidates, and we're going to go through them. Most valuable player used to mean one thing: best player, best team, best season. One side is numbers, one side is narrative. And the only way to win is to pick 2 or 3 of these things and whatever. But a lot of these guys have a case. A lot of these guys have stats. A lot of these guys have had incredible seasons. Some have had historic seasons. So let's get to it, right? And we are going to start with who I think is a candidate, and he doesn't get a lot of love. Jason Tatum is on this list for me. And because people will say, well, Vince, his efficiency this year has been shit. Why do you like him as a MVP candidate? And I'll tell you why. And he's tied with another guy, but I want to give him love for this. He has been the steady engine of the Boston Celtics all year. He might get purposeful paint touches. It's him, and then he's kicking out to people who are wide ass open for 3. Okay? 4.7 box plus minus. His win share is 9.5. Yeah, he's not flashy, but if you want precision, you want conciseness, you want dependability, but by the way, he gonna show up every damn night and play. Every damn night. And he ain't gonna complain. He ain't gonna cry about whistles and all this other, and he ain't gonna try to use other nonsense. So Jason Tatum, you are in elite company, my guy. Anthony Edwards is also on this list. And I don't think he is going to win, but I want to recognize him with Jason Tatum. The reason why he is on this list is because he has takeover energy in a cultural moment. Here's the thing, what I'm saying about this is this. We have been hard on him of late. But on the court, his box plus minus is 4.2. His VORP was 4.4. This year is a career high. He's taken more threes this year because he wanted to make sure that he was a more well-rounded player. He's also been the de facto point guard for most of the year. Let's be honest. Mike Conley Jr. has slowed down. Yes, he's still the adult in the room when needed, but a lot of the playmaking is coming from Anthony Edwards, so let's be clear about what's going on here. And Naz Reid had a good year, and also Rudy Gobert had a good year, and they don't have good years unless Anthony Edwards is doing his thing. So shouts out to Love. That's our guy. Now, let's get to the real candidates of this thing. And I'm going to start off in Milwaukee. I'm going to start off in the land of cheese. And that's with Giannis Antetokounmpo. By the way, this guy, 35.1% usage, 67.4 true shooting percentage. Hey, when we talk about there's levels to this, remember what I said about Ant's box plus minus, right? Giannis Antetokounmpo's box plus minus 9.5. His VORP 6.6. And if there's no Giannis Antetokounmpo, this is a lottery team. No shade. He is the straw that stirs the drink. Whatever analogy you want to use, cliche you want to use, he has been it. This is 2012 LeBron-esque. Best player alive type shit going on. Right there. With this dude. So, Now, you know he's up there, and I hold him in a high regard. Now we need to get to the two guys that everybody's been talking about. And we're going to talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander of the Oklahoma City Thunder. He's a storm. He's a storm that keeps coming. You think it's slowing down, but it's not. He just continues to put pressure on you. He's always probing. Other than Steph Curry, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has the most miles on him. 1,850 minutes. You would say, hey, wait, why is he not over like 2,000? Because they blow people out. So fourth quarter, he's chilling. Hold on, I need some water. Almost lost my voice right there. Crazy, right? So he leads the league in steals, NBA steals, killing it. They're the number one seed. Historic net rating. Historic. It's, you know how other people drop 20 and it's no big deal. He drops 30. It is no big deal. And he doesn't do it by dunking the ball a lot. He is balletic as all get out. His body control is unnatural. And he's so graceful. You just want to put like Philharmonic music behind him. So Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is another candidate for this award. And the last guy on this list is Nikola Jokic. Now, Nikola Jokic this year that's Nikola Jokic. His VORP is 9.7. So that's victories over replacement players. He's worth 10 dudes. He's worth 10 dudes. And y'all can't put anything around him. This is a wasted season for Nikola Jokic because Calvin Booth and Michael Malone couldn't play nice in the damn sandbox because there's Booth guys and there's Malone guys. Are you kidding? He's played in 69 games. Okay, whatever. I mean, shit, 70 games, still a lot of games. Double. Yeah, he's not averaging the same amount of points as Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, but he's contributing to winning every single possession because he's controlling every single possession. By the way, the on-off numbers with Nikola Jokic are absolutely insane. It's a 18-point difference when he's on the court and when he's off the court. He's only off the court for 8 minutes. So I understand a lot of people will sit here and say, absolutely, this is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander year. He's the runaway MVP. But before you say that, it is most valuable player. It is not who the best player is. It's the most valuable player. Now, with all that being said, and I made a good strong argument for our guy Nikola Jokic, but Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is the MVP of the NBA, and here's why. We talked about the net rating. When you get it plus 66, there's not a lot of air up there. We're talking about Everest, okay? That's what we're talking about. The other thing is this. He led that team. I do believe that they have a big three, but I also have been critical or questioned the youth of Chet and also Jaylen Williams. So knowing that you are the number one target, you're on everybody's whiteboard, everything is geared to stop you, and you drop 36 nonchalantly every single night, and your team wins 68 games. Of course you are. Alexander FRPC crowns you as the NBA MVP. Good luck in the playoffs, my guy. We'll be watching. So, with that being said, we have given you awards about the great white Americans in the league. We've given you awards about the people who are on there in people's DMs and throwing salt on their name and stuff like that. We've given you awards about thievery. We've given you awards about most improved players. We've given you everything today. I am grateful to the audience that lit on your face, and this time we're putting a smile on your face 3 times in the week, because we have a pod Tuesday. We'll be going over the playoffs, and we'll be going over the teams in the East, and also the teams in the East who are now not in the playoffs, and what they're going to do, right? Also, we'll be back on this feed on Friday, and we'll be doing the same thing for the West. And with all of that being said, I want to thank my producer, Soraya, for incredible notes in this pod. I want to thank my entire crew, because and I want to thank just God. I want to thank just everyone involved, because I can't do it without God. I just talked for 2 hours. I'm tired, so I know I didn't do this by myself. So with that being said, surround yourself with people who lift you up, push you forward, and remind you who you are. And if you have got folks like that, celebrate them, text them, hug them, let them know they matter, because growth hits different when you're surrounded by love, support, and real ones. And if you're building that kind of podcast collective, you got a seat here